Jai Hind. My name is Vikas. I'm an assistant professor in computer science and engineering department. Today, I'm going to present an topic on the data analytics and its life cycles are there. This is the fifth semester data analytics subject is there, in which how the data analytics, how the data are being there, and that will be discussed in this PPT. Also, what type of life cycle any kind of data that is going through from initial stage till the we reach to a conclusion that we can create any, or we can say we can take any kind of decisions on those. These are the outlines of my presentations. What is data analytics is there, how the data analytics life cycle is happen, and why it is necessary or essential that this data analytics life cycle is there. Then importance of the data analytics life cycles, and what are the various phases through which the data has been passed through for that life cycles are there. As we already know, nowadays the most of the datas are being generated in form of petabyte, terabytes are there, over the internets are there, and in this digital worlds we have the huge or enormous amount of data, and for that we need the high computation power systems are there, which basically help us in order to take the decisions on the basis of those datas are there. As these datas are being received from various resources, and we need these high computing power systems are there, which they can tackle those kind of data are there. So main benefit for that is of the data driven is to take the decisions, and by observing the past trends, and on the basis of that we compare it with the current trends are there, then on we can take the what is the outcome or result that will be beneficial for us are there. So in short, we can say data analysis is a process of manipulating data to extract useful trends and find the hidden patterns that can help us to drive or you can say give the valuable insights to make the business predictions are there. So data analysis is an important field as which involves the process of collecting. After collecting the process the data, then we have to interpret what this data is being saying to us in order to uncover the insights and help in making the decisions are there. So data analysis is a practice of examining the raw data of the identified trends, draw conclusion, and extract meaningful informations are there. So this involves various techniques and the tools to process and transform the data into valuable insights that can be used for the decision making. As I told you that we have the huge amount of data is being generated in terms of anything, like if we have any social media websites are there, Twitters or Facebooks are there, where we have the huge amount of data are being or you can say tweets are being generated by the billions of users, and messages or videos, text messages are being uploaded by the billions of users daily are there. Say they will generate a huge amount of data. So this kind of data is we generated in the form of when the data have been received in a structured or semi-structured manners are there. So depending upon the that kind of data that received, we need to make sure that whatever the data is being received, we need to process that, and for processing that data we need high computing systems which they can able to process the data is there. So it means whenever the data is there, they will process the data on that particular instance, then process it, then execute it, then give the results to the systems or any applications that is being using those data are there. In order to come to the conclusions are there are certain cycles, or you can say life cycles through which, or you can say there are certain stages through which these data are being driven, or you can say they go from stage 1 to the stage till the end, that the user or we can take the decisions are there. So, data analysis life cycle is a structure for doing the data analytics for the business, for the business objective. As its core, it means the whatever the objective of the business is that data analytics life cycle help us them to achieve that goals are there. So, in today digital worlds, data is immense importance. So, it has to go through or you can say undergo various stages throughout its life. Uh, First is creations, then we need to test it, then we need to process it, then the consumptions and reuse it, and so on are there. So, depending upon this is the if we say data analysis life cycle is in a circle in which start from the one stage and then move back to the result, and then again it move back to the stages, start from the initial stage, then move to the till the end stage are there. So, data analytics maps out these stages for the professionals, those who are working on the data analysis projects are there. So, these phases arranged in circular structures are there in the form of data analysis life cycle, and each steps has its significance, and they have the certain characteristics are there through which they can able to identify the data size. Let us suppose at in this stage we have the discover the data is there, we fetch the data, we receive the data is there. That data is in the form of any forms are there. It might be in a structured format, it might be in a semi-structured format, it might be in an unstructured formats are there. So, that these data basically plays in a important role or significant roles while in order to reach to the conclusion, or you can say any business companies are able to take the decisions based on the those data are there. So, why is data analytics life cycle is essentials in the business are there. For the business perspective, we say we need data, we have the historical data, we have the new data are there, that is become daily are there. On the basis of that, we have to take the decisions. Why either we the new data that we are generating is there, getting there, are fulfilling our objective or not are there. So, that is why this data analytics life cycle is essential in order to find those characteristics say, or you can find those things that help them the business in order to achieve the to reach to their goals are there. Let us suppose there is a company that sell the shirts are there, and they have the distributed across the various geographical locations are there. They want to compare whether the in this given month how many shirts are being sold, and they have to compare it with the their old data is there. Are there increase in the purchasing of the means are there more shirts are being sold or not are there. So, that has to be taken into considerations. So, there's so your this data analytics life cycle is designed to use with the significance of big data projects are there. So, they used to portray that actual project correctly cycle is iterative in nature. Step by step technique is needed to arrange the actions, tasks involved in gathering the processing, analyzing, reusing the data to explore the various need of assessing the information on the big data are there. So, data analysis is modifying, processing and cleaning the raw data and obtain the useful significant information that support the business decision making here on this. So, we in order to take the decisions we need new data as well as the old data is there, and that new data has to be transformed, or you can go through from the that life cycles are there, and if they are able to achieve, or you can say they are able to make any comparisons, then on the basis of that they can take the decisions by the different companies who are there. So, importance of the data life cycle is that it provides or you can say defines the roadmap of how data is being generated, collected, processed, used and analyzed to achieve the business goals are there. It offers a systematic way to manage the data for the converting its informations that can be used to fulfill the organization and project goals are there. So, they provides the directions and methods in order to extract the informations and data, so and processed in the right direction to accomplish the business goals are there. So, data professionals use this life cycle in circular manner or circular form to process the data analytics in either forward direction or in the backward directions. So, that is why we say this data analytics life cycle is very important for there, and this is also very essential in order to reach to the goal, or you can say in order to reach to the their business goal, or in order to achieve their business goals are there. So, these are the different phases through which data analytics life cycle has been gone. First one is your discover phase is there, in which we have the data is being received from the different sources are there. Then we have the data preparations are being happens, where the how the data is being prepared, and once the data is being prepared there, then we can apply the different kind of models that we can employed or deployed in order to process the data is there. After finding the model planning are there, then we go for the model buildings are there. After model buildings is there, then they will help us to generate the results. That results will be now communicated to the stakeholders are there. Then that has been on the basis of that results, now they take the decisions whether this is being useful for us or not. Let's take by one these data analytics life cycles in details, so that we can more able to understand these phases of the data life cycles, as this is circular shapes are there. The first one is discover. So, first phase involves getting the context around the problems. You need to know what problems that you want to solving. It means first thing is in discover phase, we must know what kind of problem that you are facing, and on the basis of that, what type of business goals that we can achieve if we find the useful data are there, and what is the scope of that data is there. For examples, Google's analytics, Salesforce or customer support ticket systems or any marketing campaign information might have been available. Now you have to perform any kind of gap analysis that is been required to solve any kind of business problems are there, and compared with the available data are there. Okay. So for in this discover phase, you have to formulate your hypothesis are there. It means what is the problem that you are facing, how you are going to get the data, from where you are getting the data. Once that has been objective has been identified and you have initialize or formulate the hypothesis are there, then you have to analyze these hypotheses, that whether you are going to accept or reject the hypothesis are there. So, this decide in advance that criteria for accepting and rejecting hypothesis will be the ensure whether that you are analyzing your data in rigorous manner or the following the scientific methods are there. So, in discover phase, you gather the informations, you find the problems where you are lacking in, you generate a hypothesis are there, and whether that hypothesis is achieving your objectives, or you can say it is aligned to your objectives of your business, and what is the scope of that works are there. Then we have to come to the second stage, that is your data preparation stage is there. In this stage, data source will be we perform the analysis of the data, whatever the data has been collected. As these data is received from the various sources are there. So, what they do, they load this data into an analytic sandbox are there. Here, the sandbox means we have the similar environment, production environment is there, where the all the data is being newly received data is being kept there, and we perform, we analyze the data, we process the data, we execute the data. Then on the basis of that data, we come to the different conclusions are there. We will come to the different stages are there. So, what they do in this sandbox, we load the data into sandbox area. Where there are two types of transformation happens in there, where first one is pre-processing transformation, means cleaning your data to remove anything, any kind of nulls value, defective values, duplicate values or outlier values, anything is there. After second transformation is to analytic transformations that can mean a variety of things, such as standardizing or normalizing your data is there. On the basis of that, which help you to or you can say it can be used for effectively with the certain machine learning algorithm for preparing your data sets are there, for the human consumptions are there. For example, here transform the machine labels into human readable ones, such as SQA 123 is there, which means, say, let's suppose t-shirt is in brown colors are there. See, so, in this we generally perform the extract the information, transform the information, load the informations are there. So, this sandbox basically is an area which is provide a similar kind of environment as the production environments are there, but if whatever the change that happens will stay in that area and it will not affect the production data is there. However, they will take the data from the productions and compare it with the old ones are there. So, here in this during these transformations, we perform the extract, that is ETL is extract, transformation, load are there, or extract, load and transform are there. Then the third stage is your model planning are there. In this, first thing is we have to check or we have to look into what kind of data sets, what kind of data is that we have received are there. Is it large data sets or is it small data sets are there? So, depending upon we have to create a mathematical model for the those kind of data sets are there, and then we have to create a correlation or relationship between the any two variables in order to find whether these two variables are generating any kind of new information to us or not. So, a modeling data analysis is a mathematical or the programmatic description of the relation between the two or more variables are there. This allows us to study the effect of different variables in our data and make any kind of statistical assumptions about the probability of events that happens are there. So, you want to think about the following when the deciding any models are there. As I told you that if how large data sets is there, how complex this data set is there, and is data set is small is there or not are there. So, well, if let's suppose the data set is complex, then we need some kind of neural network in which many hidden layers can be are there, which needs to be very difficult to questions with the minimum human interventions are there. So, we need to train our data sets or say we have to train our machine learning algorithms in order to extract the accurate informations from that. If the data set is small, you may require your dashboard to be fast. We generally require small pre-aggregated data are there. Then you may require or that you need a small less time in order to process the information are there. So, in this model planning, there are certain points that we need to considerations. How will the output be used? Is this label with the column headings are there? and do you want to outcome to be qualitative or quantitative are there. So, in the business and in intelligence use cases, fast pre-aggregated data is great, but if the end user is likely to perform any drill down or aggregations in their BI solutions, so prepared data set has to be support that are there. So, is the data labeled with the column headings are there? If it is, then you could use the supervised learning. If not, then you can use the unsupervised learnings are there. And what is the outcome is there for that data from the data sets is either is qualitative or quantitative. Let's suppose if your question expects a quantitative answers. For example, how many sales are forecast for the next month, or how many customers are satisfied with your products for the last month, then you should go for the regression models are there. However, if you're expecting a qualitative answers, for example, is this email is spam or not, where the answer can be yes or no, or 1 or 0, which are the 5 products are likely to have the most successful marketing for the customer X, then we can use the clustering models are there. So, in this is the accuracy or the speed of the model particularly important are there, that we need to check. So, if so, then we have to check whether the given models perform the well inside the data set. That would give the factors when evaluating the speed of particular models are there. Is your data structures is unstructured in there? Unstructured cannot be easily stored in either relational or graph database. So, include free data, text data is there. So, this type of data is most suitable to the machine learnings. So, whether the unstructured data is come, then machine learning algorithm will help us to in order to make sure we get the useful information from them. So, have you analyzed the content of your data? So, analyzing the content of your data can include univariate analysis or multivariate analysis are there. Here univariate and multivariate analysis are another important topics are there. They are being used. They are being used when we have the huge amount of variations between the data are there. At that time, we can use the deploy, or you can use those model for those univariate or multivariates are there. For their various factors are there. For that we can use PCAs are there. So, this allow you to work out of variables, have the largest effect, identify new factors are there. You can combine those with the existing variables and have the identify the big impacts are there. So, in this model planning, 2 things that we have to consider. First thing is data set is large or not. If data set is large, then we have to apply the complex algorithms, machine learning algorithms in order to process the data. If the data set is small, then we have the pre-aggregated data is there. Then we have to check whether this have the column over there or not. We need an qualitative or quantitative results irrespective whether it's small data set or large data sets are there. And on this of that, then we can analyze the content of your data are there depending upon the how frequently data is being values are being updated there or not. Next stage is you're building the building where we are going to execute those models are there. There are 3 things that we need to take into consideration. One is the SQL model that we have to create, then we have to statistical model, and the machine learning models are there. In SQL models, whatever the data that is being generated from the various different sources are there, that must be stored there, and they have the table like structure where this data has to be stored there in this case. Another thing is statistical model are there. They like your ANOVA is there. We have the in which we taken a correlation between the different values are there. Linear regression models can be used, or you can say analysis of variance that is being used are there. They will help us to run your models on your data set and publish your results are there. Another thing, machine learning models are there. Depending upon the labeled data or unlabeled data are there, we can have the use the supervised, unsupervised, or reinforcement learnings are there. So, here machine learning and statistical models are basically overlap with each other are there. Here machine learning requires you to create two samples, one for training, another for the testing is there. So if you use machine learning model, then you need to train it first, then after training it, then you need to test your data is there. So if that model is working, then you can execute your real data sets by testing those models there. So you can after using it, you can work out the models, give the accurate results, and use that as a final are there, so that you can publish are there. Once the data is being generated, now that has to be communicated, and it has to be communicated with the stakeholders, which with the key findings are there. On the basis of those findings, you will generate an pie charts, bar charts, vertical or horizontal charts are there, and on the basis of that, they will this information has to be communicated to the different stakeholders are there. So their stakeholders, they will analyze those findings, analyze that results are there, and then they compare the results with the hypothesis that we have already being generated are there. On this, so that they will achieve whether this model is giving the results to you or not. If it is giving, then it's okay, they will accept, otherwise they will reject are there. After that, once that has been accepted, now and your stakeholders are happy, now this models has to be in move to the in your real time as there. So it has to move from the sandbox to the production data sets are now have to move. So you where these you can monitor the results and check whether that leads to your business goals have been achieved or not. If your business objectives are being met, then we say that deliver the final reports to your stakeholders and communicate these results more widely and across the business are there. And this is the last stage of your cycles. And once the new data has been come, again the discovery phase, then processing phase, building the models, processing the models, getting the results are there, and communicate the results, and operationalize your data are there. So these are the different life cycles. It starts from here and it moves from this to this here. Once the new data has been covered, again they are being compared here with the received data, and again this cycle is going on until we are achieving these results are there. If they are not matching your results, matching the criteria, matching your hypothesis are there, then we have to find the another different solutions are there. So this is the phases of different data analytics life cycles are there. I hope you understand that this will help them in order to make the decision by the business are there.